Alright, game number 3 is live, guys. We had one guy dropping out and that delayed the match a little bit, but right now we're looking to the top left at GungFuBanda, the German player, 15 years old, going up against Apocalypse at the bottom right of the map. And this is a Terran versus Protoss, once again, game 3 between the two of them. And we are already in the round of 8 at the tournament here. So we are currently looking at a situation where both of them still have a chance, no matter how the match ends. The winning player is going up against Harstim and will then face the chance to go straight to the tournament in Finland to qualify for it. The losing player has to go to the to the loser bracket and has another chance there. But this is now definitely one of those situations where we are looking at a pretty epic match. We had a very interesting game 1 where GungFuBanda just decided to go for a very aggressive strategy and go for basically a double cheese, and then in game number 2 it was more of a straight up macro game. Definitely mistakes on both sides, but a very entertaining game at that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we're gonna have in game number 3. If that's gonna, if game 1 or 2 was any indication of that, it's at least gonna be very interesting to see what's gonna help here. So yeah, let's see what's happening. What's happening at first is that we have a very early gas here for Apocalypse. So apparently he wants to be the one to be a bit more aggressive in this game. And actually already a probe going for the scout here. So it looks like GungFuBanda wants to know what's happening here. In the games before, he didn't really scout that aggressively or that early, but also the scout coming out of Apocalypse. So both players at this point are like, well, the first 2 games were like interesting to say the least. Let's scout and find out what's actually happening here because we want to avoid this game. Here comes the first Reaper. And with the Reaper, he can of course get a pretty good read on what's happening in the main base. He actually rallies the he rallies the Reaper across map. For a second, I really thought we might see GungFu style here. GungFu had a couple of builds where he went for mass Reaper against Protoss and also sometimes against Zerg, and it actually worked pretty well. You can really surprise an opponent with a strategy like this, and it can be really scary. If you don't anticipate it, you think it's a normal game, and suddenly something like that happen can be very annoying. And the Reaper actually puts him in a position where he can defend this SCV a little bit. Probably not for too long. What? He cancels? What just happened? Why would you cancel that? Okay, this does not make any sense to me. Like, maybe he wanted the minerals like really quick to build that command center here, but at the same time I do not see why. Like, delaying that natural would have been a very good idea. What do we have in units? Like, there is no zealot. Oh my god, I actually think there was a misclick. Why would Apocalypse cancel that engineering bay? There's not even a zealot. He skipped the zealot, went straight into the Stalker. That would have been amazing for Apocalypse if he would have let that live. It would have delayed that expansion for an eternity. I think he misclicked. I really think Apocalypse misclicked. I don't know. Like, maybe something happened that I didn't see, but that doesn't make any sense to me right now. So, that is interesting to say the least. So GungFuBanda gets away with his expansion, skipping the Zealot, going straight into the Stalker. And the Stalker alone is going to keep that Reaper at bay. Like, we still have Stalker, we have also the Mothership Core. The Scout in the main base is inevitable. You can sacrifice that Reaper if you want to, and then you will see what's going on. But apparently Apocalypse doesn't want to sacrifice the Reaper. He gets his expansion here up too. So that's definitely a given. But we also have the Nexus for his opponent. And interestingly enough, we have a Twilight Council. That could be Blink, that could be the Tease that he's going for. Whereas we could of course also then later on just trying to go into a charge lot with armor upgrade, but we do not have a forge just yet. So let's see what he's going to do with this. For now he's able to deny the scouting, and that's kind of important. We do not see a scan dropped. So let me just confirm. Yep, doesn't know anything here. That Reaper is also... Where's the Reaper actually? Reaper is on his way. He's just scouting if there's a proxy somewhere. So it's not like he has an idea of what's happening, which is quite unfortunate for him. There's the Blink upgrade, and we saw how effective Blink can be against Terran if executed well when Crank played Innovation at the ATC finals. That was actually pretty cool. So, looking at the main base of Apocalypse right now, we have him with the Stim upgrade, with Stim upgrade already coming out. So he will have Stim at least to hold off against anything that comes in. And with a couple of Marauders in the mix, that's very, very strong against an opponent that goes for a Blink Stalker build. So that's going to be a little bit iffy. With Stim done, that's going to be very, very tricky for GungFuBanda to really follow through. And he goes for a massive amount of gateways. So let's see if that's really going to work out for him. The strategy itself is like pretty cool, but on a map like this, it's also something that you've seen as a Terran player countless of times. So this could do a lot. Like the defensive Apocalypse. If he gets just Marauders, and then suddenly has Stim and maybe even +1 with the Marauders and Stimmed against Stalkers, that's pretty sick. But yeah, the gateway count, 3 additional gateways coming in. We have in total then 7 gateways. That's very much what Crank did against Innovation. Very, very similar. And, well, he has his army already on the move, has pylons across the map. That Reaper didn't see those just yet. And the Reaper did not really get the scouting information. Let me just double check again. Oh, yeah, it dropped the scan. He knows exactly what's going on here. He knows absolutely what's going on. He saw everything. A little bit surprised that we don't see additional bunkers being built. That's the only thing that surprises me here, but apparently he thinks he doesn't need them. He has already a couple at the bottom, he has Marines over there. The only thing that can really do... What would be the worst case scenario for Apocalypse right now would be an army that is able to drop force fields here and then a blink into the main base, or if the main body of the Terran army is stuck in the main base, the natural. But with the Medivacs already there, he can just then float them down. And that makes this very, very scary. Here comes the Guardian Shield. He is moving in. There are the force field. He's trying to go for the bunker. That bunker is going down. We have also the time warp. The bunker is surviving. He didn't really focus there in the end. And the force fields, the last few, didn't really do anything. Oh god. GungFuBanda is in a lot of trouble, but the blink on top, there could be the force field on the ramp, and there it is. He has the force field on the ramp. That's exactly what he needed there. A lot of damage done, but at the same time, a couple of Marines trying to take down the sentries. One sentry is down. Where's that force field? Second force field coming in, and all of those blink stalkers doing damage. Even more force fields coming up right now. That thing is gonna be gone very, very soon, but a lot of damage already done by GungFuBanda here. He's taking down so many of the SCVs. Nice blink micro here on the stalkers. He needs to do a little bit more. How many harvesters have been killed? 12 in total. Moves in once again. Here comes the time warp. He wants to go for the natural, and he's actually getting it. Very well done. Harvester count 37 against 29. Can he get that orbital? I do not think so. We still have a couple of sentries here. How many force fields on the other hand? I think he has only 2. 1 or 2 force fields. That's all that he has for now. But a lot of stalkers. Army supply 52 against 34. We have Stim done. Here comes another time warp. He's blinking those stalkers back slowly but steadily. Both of the sentries are history. He cannot force with the ramp anymore. No Guardian Shield left. But Apocalypse is losing so much. He's losing way too much. GungFuBanda in a really great position here. The harvester count is down to 21, and even with a double mule, that is an issue. We already have more and more units warped in for GungFuBanda. He doesn't even get additional probes. He doesn't go for it. He wants to finish this. He doesn't want to follow up with anything else. He has the stalker count, and there's only a matter of time until he blinks in here and tries to take the game. Here comes the blink, the aggressive blink on top of the ramp, and he snipes all of those. He snipes all of the Marauders, and this is game. This is game, and GungFuBanda, the 15-year-old German player, will advance to the next round of the tournament, whereas Apocalypse has to fight his way through the loser bracket. A 2-1 victory for the Protoss player against Apocalypse. The Terran goes down into the loser bracket, and we have GungFuBanda in a Protoss versus Protoss going up against Harstim next.